how about Tucson, Arizona?
Sure, we can do Tucson. I know that place.
Because I think some people present know stuff about Arizona and know Arizona things. So everyone is from Tucson, from Arizona. I'm not speaking for Dexter or Billy. Billy could have been visiting or something like that. But we'll say you were in Tucson, you met Dexter, you shared all this information, and you know that there's something weird going on with your daughters. Clearly your daughters are special.
So, I love them so very much. Don't let them ever hear me say different.
Paul, your great-grandmother was from Chicago. You know that there are some distant relatives that live in the Chicago area. One of them said that they had some interesting things to share with you and gave you an address in Chicago to come meet them. What's her name?
Shirley.
Her name is Shirley. She's slightly older. She's 97, so she's not very internet savvy. So she doesn't use email or any of that other stuff. She gave you an address. You tried to call her to let her know that you were coming and it was going to take a couple days to get to Chicago, but she didn't answer. You got her address and everything, so you're just going to go there and continue trying to call her along the way. She said that she had some information and a journal for you that you might find interesting, and to just come on up to Chicago whenever your little heart felt like it, and she'd be happy to share anything that she could with you. But she also says that she doesn't trust the government, so she didn't really want to talk about it over the phone.
That's good. They're always listening.
It's true. I have a feeling people are listening to us right now. How many people are listening? There's 5 people there, so.
We're driving to Chicago, girls.
Are there any of those moves that need to happen before we actually begin?
Mine is Destiny's Plaything. At the beginning of each mystery, roll a weird to see what is revealed about your immediate future. On a 10 or better, the keeper will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery. On a 7 to 9, you get a vague hint about it. On a miss, something bad is going to happen to you.
Go ahead and roll weird. And then you let me know if you want me to just tell you or if you want me to tell the entire.
What do I roll?
On your character sheet.
You go on your character sheet.
Uh-huh.
Then,
Click on where it says weird.
Click on the word.
Well,
okay.
I think you can just click on the.
There you go.
The thing itself. So yeah, you got 2d6 plus 2. So that's
an 8. According to that, I get a vague hint about what's going to happen.
Do you want me to tell you as it was a vision, or do you want me to tell you in secret so that you can share them in your own particular idiom? I have to work a Monty Python thing into every single. That was it. It was this little one.
DM's choice. However you want to play it. If you want me to act it out or not.
All right, you are in the car traveling across the desert. It's pretty hot. You are heading up through New Mexico. You're gonna go through Alamogordo, and you're sitting in the back of the car with your sister and your cousin. Paul and Dexter are in the front seat, and you're kind of just staring out the window. The air conditioning in the car isn't working very well, right? You have the windows rolled down, so you're moving along at a pretty good clip. At least the air is moving around in the car, so you're not suffocating. And you're kind of looking outside at the desert. You kind of lean over, pull your head out of the whipping around air inside of the car, and look in between the 2 front seats out the front window. And I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I think the car itself is a Ford Granada or something. It's like an old 80s giant car with the huge bench seats.
That was my dad's first car, man.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, that's the first car I remember having
and
in my family.
We'll make it a baby blue. So you kind of lean over onto Susie, just wanted to see what's going on in front of you. And you have this feeling that the car is getting enclosed in some sort of trap almost. It almost feels like the car is sinking. You start to have this weird vision. You start thinking that the road in front of you is actually just turning in a circle. The car is going just way too fast, super fast. And there's no way that you're going to survive this turn. But the car turns anyway. Your dad and Dexter don't seem to even notice what's going on. The car spins around. You end up looking outside the side, and you can see this funny-looking cactus, and it's huge. It's got all these big arms, right? And it's very distinctive, and it looks like it has too many. Yeah, it has. Well, I don't know if it's got eyes on it because I can see y'all memeing. I can see y'all memeing in the chat because I'm looking at that stuff now. Anyway, so yeah, you see the saguaro cactus, right? And then you're going in this. It's almost like a racetrack. You see the same cactus again, and then you see it again, and then there's this big flash of red. You're not sure what's going on. You see this big flash of red, and you hear an explosion, and you wake up. You see a little sign that says White Sands. Paul mentions that he's kind of always wanted to go check out White Sands, so it might be up to you guys whether or not you actually want to stop there. But you're going past White Sands when you see this, and also you're kind of feeling hungry, and everybody is kind of feeling hungry. There you go. That was your hint.
Hey, Dad, I don't think we should stop here.
I don't know.
got kind of a funny feeling about stopping at White Sands. I think we should keep going and find someplace else.
One of your feelings / visions, your dreams, or are you just not hungry? The rest of us are getting hungry.
I'm hungry.
I fell asleep and I saw something funny. Like we were driving through the same scenery over and over and over again, like we were trapped. And then there was a big red flash, and that was when I woke up and saw the sign.
It's all desert. It is the same thing over and over again.
I'm going to grab my phone, start recording. Can you repeat all that?
Yeah. So and I'm like very self-conscious because I'm like, teenage girl. Yeah, I fell asleep in the back, and then I started having this weird dream that, like, the car was, like, enclosed, and we were going through a cloud or something, and then we were almost like when you e-brake a car and you take a corner really fast, and then we were, like, whipping through the desert, and I kept seeing the same stuff over and over and over again, like we were just doing laps. Like, I saw a big red flash, like we crashed or, like, a fire or something. That was when I woke up and I saw the sign for White Sands.
That was just a dream, Loli. Jeez.
Yeah, well, sometimes my dreams come true, Billy.
No, that's impossible. Dreams are all in your brain. It doesn't happen for real.
I mean, if you're really hungry, I think I might have some gummy bears or something in my backpack, but I think we should keep going.
How long till the next pull off?
Well, you're going through a town.
Are we going through White Sands town, or are we going through?
White Sands isn't a town. It's
I know,
near.
it's-
Yeah,
I know.
but there's a little town coming up, a truck stop-ish town. You can stop here and get some gas and get some food.
Let's refuel and stretch our legs before we keep going on to Chicago.
Okay, I don't want to go to White Sands. I don't think it's a good idea.
Nobody said anything about going there. We're going to Chicago.
You pull into a gas station. It's like a crossroads town. There's not a whole lot of folks outside. It's a self-service gas station, and right across the street.
Every fast food place we drove past, Susie asked if we could go there.
Which is why we stopped so we can get food.
Dad, can we get McDonald's? Dad, can we get Taco Bell? Dad, can we get Burger
Yeah.
King? Oh, I like Chick-fil-A.
And Paul finally stops. Dad finally stops, and there's no McDonald's here. The only thing is that there's like a dusty-looking diner across the street called Sirling's.
We can get food there. Fill up the car and we'll drive across the street. It'll be fine.
You fill up the car and then just drive across the street
Fine.
after you pay. This looks like a diner right out of the 60s. You walk in and there's like the air conditioning is blasting, which after being in the car all day is like you instantly start wondering whether or not you should even leave for the rest of the day. You can smell like burgers cooking. There's a couple of folks inside. They look like they all belong here, and they all kind of turn. They're smiling and they look in your general direction and then go back to what they're doing. A couple of other folks are just kind of talking amongst themselves. This little Asian lady is behind the counter, and she waves to y'all and kind of points to a bunch of seats. She's like, "Have a seat."
So, being a teenage girl, I'm immediately going to go find a booth as opposed to a table.
Yeah, she actually pointed to a booth. So you all sit down. She's like, "Hi, my name's Nichelle. What can I do for you? Can I get you something to drink?" Hands everybody some menus, and it's basically good. It's basically American fare, right? So it's like burgers and fries and shakes and stuff.
So Loli opens up the menu and she's kind of excited because she does know Silver Diner. So she's like, oh my God, they're going to have vegetarian stuff here. And she opens it up and it's literally like open-faced meatloaf sandwiches, hamburgers, like French dip type of stuff.
Even the
she's
French
like,
fries, it has bacon ice cream, and the French fries are covered in cheese and bacon. That's the only way they serve them.
And fried in lard, of
Yeah.
course. So she's like, please tell me you at least have like cherry Coke.
Oh yeah, we have cherry Coke, hon. I can get you that.
I'm going to get that in a side salad.
All right, cherry Coke. What can I get for you, little one? And she's talking to Susie.
I want cherry Coke too.
Couple of cherry Cokes. And what can I get for you, young man?
Do you have sweet iced tea?
We do. Did they make
No.
other kinds? I don't know. Actually, in the West, they might not give you sugar tea. That's the South.
They don't.
No ice.
No, are you sure? All right, no ice.
Yeah. No
Couple
ice.
of Cokes, couple of cherry Cokes, no ice. How about you, sir? And she's looking at Paul.
A water, please.
Yeah, water and for Dexter.
I'd like a water as well. And can I get an additional cup of ice?
Yeah, sure, I can do that for you. So y'all think about what you want to eat, and I'll be right back. As you leave, you can see as she goes to get your drinks at the corner of the diner. Also, I can describe the diner a little better, right? Inside is like a 60s diner, but when you're looking at the walls, you can see that there's actually like posters from like the Kennedy administration and stuff like on the walls, and they're talking about like there's a thing for buying bonds to support the war in Vietnam and stuff like that. Now it's not like you've stepped back in time or anything like that. Like I mean, it kind of feels that way, but you can tell just by looking at the stuff that it's all kind of old stuff, right? And so it looks more like to you that someone is kind of like a hobbyist, or is pretty much interested in the '60s. It could be the owner of the diner. But you never seen. It's not a chain or anything like that. This is the only Serlings that you've ever seen. In the corner of the diner there, though, you can see in a booth at the far end of the diner, you can see someone that looks like a sheriff, and he's sitting with somebody else who's dressed in civilian clothes. And Nichelle goes over there and kind of talks to them a little bit, and then the sheriff kind of drops a fork, but you can see, I'm going to pick Loli. You can see that he kind of knocked it off on purpose, and he kind of bends down to pick it up, and as he's bending down to pick it up, he kind of looks in your guys' direction and puts the fork back on the table.
I don't think anything of it.
Okay. Well, Loli was the only person that actually noticed this, so she's not going to share it.
Clearly he's a perv.
Yes,
Loli's
like,
fine.
Like that, you
Yeah.
didn't see that. Nobody saw that happen then, apparently.
He's like, I gotta pee. Susie, come with me.
What, you can't pee by yourself?
I don't want to go through this creepy ass diner by myself. Come on.
Both of you go and wash your hands before you eat, anyways.
And
Like
as we're
scratches.
walking to the bathroom, I'll tell her about the creepy cop.
Okay.
Like, I think he knocked his fork off on purpose so he could look at us.
She's gonna obvious look at him.
Just stare like
Be cool, man.
like sledgehammer, right? Like I don't know. It's like one of my favorite like comedies ever, but basically it's just like
like a whiplash from her head snapping
Susie
over there.
walks by, literally takes off the glasses that she doesn't have, so she just does like she's taking off glasses, looks straight at you.
He does look
I
creepy.
put my arms around her shoulders. I'm like, excuse us, officer. And
Just-
rush her past.
It's Susie.
God, would
It's
you
Susie's.
stop doing stuff like that? It's creepy.
Does Susie literally say he looks creepy? Like right as she's.
Yes.
You're right. He does look creepy.
You're right. He does look creepy.
From the creepiest little girl ever, like. And not like me creepy.
Like creepy adult creepy, not like creepy kid creepy, which is way creepier. So we go to the bathroom and do our thing and wash our hands
Alright.
and stuff.
I don't wash my hands.
Do you just magic them off? Magically sanitize them?
No, she's being a stubborn 8-year-old.
I don't wanna. Susie, wash your hands. Filthy, like a living with a goat.
Wow. Just wow.
Unless you smell funny. When was the last time you took a shower? So being a 16-year-old girl, I'm like straight up like gonna spend way too much time primping in the mirror and making sure like my hair is just so, and like lip gloss.
So one of my moves is called, I read about this sort of thing, and basically what it does is it changes my act under pressure from cool to sharp. So should I just take and drag in act under pressure and switch it to sharp?
Yeah,
Or is
and
there a
then
limited number of times I can use it? It didn't say anything about
you can use it every move if that's what you want. So you guys order food. So we're gonna leave that scene. We're gonna go now to a scene where you guys are wrapping up wrapping up your lunch, and you're getting ready to head out. You wanted to check. I'm pointing at a screen that nobody can tell who I'm pointing at. I really miss actually playing at the table. Like it's
Ditto.
been a long pandemic. I'm done with it, but we're not done. We're done when it says we're done. So I was
Like halfway through this thing.
pointing at Joseph. So Dexter.
I'm voting for cancel culture on the pandemic.
Yeah, that sounds great. Like the
100%.
pandemic is canceled. I don't care who's using wrong pronouns or anything like that. It's just like I'm done with the pandemic. That's what I want to cancel right now. Dexter, you're gonna actually check in using your cell phone, and you notice that the cell phone is not working like at all. You do remember that it was working when you came in here, but it's like totally dead now. And you can hear behind you.